Tales from the Shit, episode 33, with your head pooper in command, Josh Jack, an educational show about something nasty we all do. You ain't pooping, you ain't living, and folks, it's been a long month. March is a long month, isn't it? It's kind of weird how February is a short month, and pretty much March is a long month. When you think about it, what's up, Bill Miller? When you think about it, more pooping is done in March. The longer the month, the more you poop. So in February, we poop less, unless you're really pooping a lot. And then in March, we poop more. And folks, I've been pooping. Well, I announced it on JoshCast. This was live. If you missed it, you missed it. If your poop really stinks. Now, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot to say. I'm so rude. I have a bunch of topics, and I have only one poop article, which I should have dug up while I was busy setting up. But it's okay. But let me start up. Let me see if this shows up. I had this. Yeah, here it is. I'm sorry about that, folks. I'm very unprofessional as a broadcaster. Yeah, but so anyways, if your poop really stinks, which my poop does, I realize you're not human. And sometimes when I poop, sometimes I forget to write down what I eat. It's inhuman. Because think about it. I said this before. If your poop is like 2 notches down, for example, let's say your poop's a 7. You think it's a 5 because it's your poop. Sometimes I poop and I'm like, this is a 10. And this is my own poo. Which means if somebody smelled this, they would probably puke. And I've had that happen before. Let's get to the poop article. Let's get that out the way. San Francisco poop testing startup once compared to Thrones charged in a $60 million fraud scheme. A married pair in San Francisco, a straight married couple, that old joke, were indicted Thursday. March as long as shit. You gotta be careful how you spell that. You don't want YouTube to ban you. The married pair in San Francisco were inducted Thursday on multiple federal charges. One now bankrupt fecal matter testing startup has their name Zachary and Jessica, co-founders of defunct microbiome testing company, accused of biking their investors of health insurance. They were indicted Thursday. I think I read that already. Did I just read that? Okay, where's about the poop? Come on, let's get to the poop. The company grew to include clinical test of gut and vaginal microbiomes, which are used by $3,000, blah, blah, blah. Come on, let's get to this shit here. Well, I should have. I mean, if I was smart, I would have read this before the show. But whatever. That's interesting. Not really. I think my poop is much more interesting than that. Oh, yeah, I tried to flush a log down, and it just... I can't even read my own handwriting. I tried to flush a log down, and it just swirled around. That's what that word is, swirled. Yeah, so, you ever have that happen? You ever take a log, and you try to flush it, and it just goes round and round and round? It's pronounced indicted. Okay, Bill. We know you're smarter than me. Oh, yeah, so a lot of you people have been emailing me and asking me if I trim my butthole hair. Finally, sometime this month, guys, a few weeks back, I finally, when I was trimming my pubes, trim my butthole hair. And I know a guy, I heard him say this once on a podcast, he trims his butthole hair once a day. Once a day. Not once a week, once a day. And I'm like, that's insane. Once a day? I can understand once a week. How much hair you got back there? This guy's either Italian or Greek. That old. But yes, for those who've been asking me, I finally trimmed my butthole hair. Oh yeah, so have you ever trimmed... Oh yeah, this is a question I have. Have you guys ever nicked your butthole before? Trimming your butthole hair? I have a wall groomer because of my awful mixed race. My logs stick to the bone. It's great. Sometimes that happens. They stick. Sometimes they get sticky. I wonder if that's from peanut butter or some sort of... Yeah, so I have a wall groomer, and it's pretty sharp. And I don't try to get too deep when I'm trimming my butthole hair, but I've had it happen before where I'm doing my thing, I'm in my butthole, I got one hand on one cheek, I got the other hand with the groomer inside of there, and I just nick it. I'm like, oh! And then what I do is after I trim my butthole hair, I take a couple of wipes and I dab it back there, and I see the hairs on the wipes. And I used to put baby powder in my butt. No longer. Ever since I've been using wipes, I do that. And then I do that because when you get to the shower, you don't want your butthole hair sticking to your soap. I mean, eventually, it is your soap, but still, I've had that happen many times before. Oh yeah, so this has nothing to do with poop. This is pee, but pee is poop related because the pee is like the sauce that goes with the poop, right? It's like the side of the tree. I have a bucket because I've been drinking more green tea, and because I've been drinking more lemon water. You know, I wouldn't say I'm on a full diet. I'm on like a half-ass diet. Sometimes I have this bucket, and what I do is I piss in it all day, and sometimes I forget to flush it, and it stinks. It stinks like celery, asparagus, and just acidy piss, okay? And the bucket will be full this big, and then I dump it in my laundry drain, and sometimes I wake up in the morning, and I go, is there a dead mouse in my room? And I realize, it's my piss, okay? Bill Miller says, sometimes I trim my butthole hair, and then I sprinkle the hair on my logs. Try to dress it up kind of like Mr. Peanut. That's pretty cool. Well, I'm glad you're having fun with your poo. You gotta have fun with your poo, folks. Oh yeah, so here's the worst farts I've had, guys, in a long time. Now, I remember years ago, I told this story on stage. Some of the worst farts I had was I ate yogurt that was warm. If you guys want to know, if you want to have the worst stomachache of your life, eat yogurt that's warm, okay? I forgot what happened, but I thought, I was stupid enough not to think it had to be cold, and I was holding my stomach in bed like I had a miscarriage. And then I remember I was at some open mic and some awful female comic said I stole her joke. I'm like, I never seen you before, you fucking cunt. How did I steal your joke? You stole my joke, cunt. What do you think about that? Oh yeah, so one of the worst farts guys ever had, I made a steak. I went to Acme, I bought a $6 steak, and I had broccoli with it. And I think cauliflower too. And I ate it, and then later that night, I was farting so bad, I put the sheets over my face, and it made it worse. I gave myself a Dutch oven. You get those farts that don't leave, that just float around the room? Call them ghost farts. I pooped in 2 different dumps with a poop smudge on the rim, and I had to wipe it off. You guys ever have one of those dumps where the poop gets above the water? It just doesn't flush. The poop gets above the water, and even when you flush it, you either have to take a bucket of water, as we say here in Philly, and flush it down like that. But I did that, it didn't work, so I had to take some toilet paper, roll it up, and wipe the smudge off. Mr. Hanky the Christmas poo. Bill Miller says, warm yogurt is awesome. It is awesome, but not for your stomach, because that shit hurt, man. I mean, one of the worst stomach aches. Cayenne pepper, paprika, and chili powder made my asshole cry. So if you guys want to make a spicy burger, and if you guys want to make a spicy taco, or anything spicy, what you do is you combine those 3 ingredients, cayenne pepper, paprika, and chili powder, and I put that on something. I think I was making I was making a spicy burrito bowl at home, and when I was pooping, guys, my butthole had sweat coming out of it. I looked back in the bowl, it wasn't duty. It wasn't duty juice, it was sweat. It was tears. Tears from my butthole, everybody. That's what happened. Oh yeah, Jack Link's beef jerky. I don't know if you guys ever had this before. Jack Link's beef jerky. I love the way it tastes. I'm starting to get addicted to it. But here's the problem I have with Jack Link's beef jerky. It makes your poop very weird. It makes your poop really bits and watery. Now you would think if you ate a whole pound of Jack Link's beef jerky, okay? And all of a sudden, I go to take a poop the next day. I think it was going to be this big log, and it was like little bits, and it was watery. I'm like, what the hell? That's what I like about beef jerky. What the hell's going on here? Come on, man. This is ridiculous. Bill Miller says, I put poop in a fleshlight, and I gave it to a homeless man. You gave it to a bunch of homeless men? Oh, man. I wonder if they used it. That's pretty kinky. And finally, guys, this is all I have to say for the show. This is all I have. I dropped the log 2 hours before the show, and I think that's the best way to show good luck. So about 2 hours ago, I finally pooped today, and I haven't pooped a log in a while. And as I said before, logs are awesome. When you poop a log, you feel like you're doing something right. Good coloring, too. What's the best coloring? It's somewhere between a light brown and a regular brown. Not too dark. And it was about a medium brown. And I said, tonight's going to be a decent show. All right? Well, folks, listen, that's all I have. I know you're thinking, what? It's been a month. And that's all you have? 10 or 11 things? That's usually the show. The show usually is 10 to 12 minutes. And that's it. One poop article, bunch of topics. And this show is every last Monday of the month around this time, around 8:30 Eastern Time, for those of you who want to catch it live and participate or whatever. So thank you guys for watching this. Thank you for listening. If you want more episodes, you want me to do this bi-weekly, you guys want to start sending stuff in. Send me some poop articles, leave some poop voicemails, try to get some guests for me on the show, and we can do this bi-weekly. But in the meantime, that's it. I mean, that's all I can do. Once a month show. There you go. Right to the point. So that's it. Thanks a lot. And you guys just... Domo says he's a feet leader.
Tales from the shit.
That's it, guys.